Hey guys, you're watching Daniel and Gian react, and today we're going to check out the Jordindian video beginning of the month versus end of the month. But before we get started, I just want to make sure that you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get those comments into this video. Let us know how your beginning and end of the month is.
Yeah, let us know, because we're going to share ours too, because I'm sure that we both have some stories to tell about living that fancy life on January 1st, and then January 31st, you're fucking at the dumpster and
boom.
Assuming that's what it's about. No, first thing.
Your bill, sir.
Thank you.
How did you enjoy the food?
It was quite good. I especially enjoyed the Sauvignon Blanc and the Filet Mignon. It was top notch. You can add your tip, and if you want, you can tip the others too.
Wow.
एक और दे दो। भाई आप ही दो दिया ना? क्या दिया? मैं पैसा दे रहा हूँ ना, फुल दे दो। सूखा किधर है? इतना खाएगा? ये भी सूखा। किधर है? मैडम अभी दिया ना मैंने सूखा। सूखा नहीं दिया, दे दो मुझे। हाँ ठीक है, खा ले। एक और। डालो। You want one more? एक और डालो। कौन अपोजिंग हिंदी करते ना इन्होंने बुरी केस पर डॉम
Everyone doing shots. Rounds for everybody.
What? This is what you call a party.
I love it. I love his chub and tuck.
I love his Mexican body.
That's what I'm saying, yes, chub and tuck.
Every day you can take off the knots one by one. It shouldn't be a problem at all. Is the pressure fine?
Pressure's fine.
Should I increase the pressure in the lower back?
Just getting a haircut. Hey man, when I get my haircut, I get a good head rub, so I can I can relate. What the fuck is that? Puma. Do you know anyone who wears Puma out here? Unless you're a soccer player?
No, I'm not hip. I have no idea. It's like Daniel when he buys a concert t-shirt.
It is.
अभी आपका साइज मिल गया भैया। वो लेविस वाला दिखाना। लेविस में अभी साइज बना के दे दो।
Yes. You know what I've never told you before? You're cute.
You're cute.
But you're cute.
You're cute.
No, you're cute.
You know we've been talking for 2 hours? Aren't you like running out of balance?
Don't worry about all that. But you know what?
You're cute.
No. You are cute.
Stupid.
Bro, listen, can I borrow $500 from you?
Keep the change.
Thanks, bro. Hey, Dinesh, wait down. Bro, give me on $10, no?
$10, sir. You think I have $10?
$10 you don't have. It's right there. You see it? Yeah. Fast, bro.
I've actually found money in couches before.
Oh, there's always money in
Yeah.
couches.
That's one that's actually true.
7, 8, 9,
and 10.
Here you go.
Thanks, bro.
Wait, what do you want $10 for?
Chata to tea. Cheers.
I've never been that guy for sure.
Well, you don't drink.
Hey,
So.
one more damn.
Hey, we all have to drink what?
Hello. You get no trouble for. Hey.
That's all, dude. It's the same. See? Same.
Don't get it back with you. Keep the bit now, can't.
It was at this moment that he knew he f***ed up.
Run.
So I've definitely been on some of these cases, which is why I live my life like it's the end of the month all the time.
I'm kind of forced to live my life like it's the end of the month right now. So I want to say 20 years ago, McDonald's must have had like an excess of frozen patties that they need to get rid of. So they were doing the special where it was 29-cent hamburger Wednesdays.
I remember this.
And 39-cent cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger, 59 cents.
No, this is in the Bay Area. In the Bay Area for sure.
It was
39-cent cheeseburgers, 29-cent.
Which is ironic because you can't find anything for 59 cents in the Bay right now.
No.
In San Francisco.
No, not at
You
all.
can't even pay for 10 minutes of parking for 59 cents.
But yeah, so I was living with my buddies at the time. I think I actually got kicked out of my house. That's a story for another day. And none of us had a job either. I don't know how any of these people were paying rent.
That's always a good combo.
I was like couch surfing. I was like a senior in high school. And we legit went through every single like can, anything that was around the house to gather up enough change to buy as many burgers as we could. You know, to eat for like 2 days.
McDonald's has crack in it, I think. They have some sort of addictive chemical in there because no matter what, and I had McDonald's this weekend, and every time I tell myself the same story after, it's like the McDonald's situation. Every time. You're like, fuck, I don't really want McDonald's because it's not good for you, whatever. And then you find yourself there, you order what, you're like, all right, I don't have McDonald's all the time, I'm gonna get what I want. That's how I approach it. I get what I want, go home, eat it, fuck man, McDonald's fries are great, oh, I love it. The moment, I'd say about 30 seconds before I finish eating, I have that moment where like, fuck, there's no more. Like, fuck, there's no more McDonald's.
It disappeared on you.
And you're like, oh, it's okay, fine, it's cool, I don't need any more.
But
like,
do you go back and buy
No, I don't. But every time I'm like, fuck, man, I want McDonald's like the whole rest of the day. If I lived like it was the beginning of the month, I would be going back to McDonald's. If I was a fat fuck still, would be going back to McDonald's. And that brings me back to my point that when they were selling 59-cent or 29-cent fucking burgers, I don't see how that could have lasted you 2 days because I would have finished the fuckers in 1 day.
Well, I think we bought like 20 of them.
That sounds like the perfect amount for 1 day's worth of McDonald's.
Well, see, I was never a fat fuck that you were then.
I've never had 20
It was
McDonald's.
3 of us, so it was
I'm just saying it's addicting, that's my point.
No, I get it.
You finish eating, and then an hour later you're hungry because it didn't like, you know, give you any energy from it. You didn't pick any nutrients from it.
Right.
And then you want more.
Other examples of this is it's never the beginning of the month because beginning of the month's when you pay rent, you know. So the beginning and the end of the month are basically the same.
It's the middle of the month.
No,
all
it's
your
like
fucking
10,
months are
it's like 10 days before the end of the month. And you're like, oh yeah, I'll splurge. And then all of a sudden the end of the month comes around and you're like, why did I spend that extra $100 last weekend?
I could have saved it.
Yeah, what was I thinking, you know? And then you're scrambling. And, you know, I don't know how you guys do it, but I have jars of coins. Like any loose change I have gets thrown in this jar for that day where like, oh man, I have $7 in my bank account.
Time to bring out the change.
Yeah, and
I bet you that's some like old fucking early human thing. Just
holding on to change.
Just hoard your stuff for when you need it.
Hoard your seashells.
Yeah, exactly. Your seashells, your fucking Yeah, exactly. Your
Your
little
human hair,
that you find. I mean, there's probably some human hair in your coin jar.
nail
You just
clippings.
don't know
There's-
yet. I knew someone who collected nail clippings.
That's disgusting.
And they would like carry it around with them.
That's a story for another day. I was saying nail clippings is currency.
Oh, okay.
You know, back
in the day.
2,000 years ago.
Look at this fat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. In middle school, I think it was, or high school, someone collected them.
But has there ever been a time that you were generous, and then like all of a sudden, like 2 days later, you were like,
Generous? No.
I have. I've definitely been like, oh yeah, I got dinner today, guys. Don't worry about it. And then like 2-3 days later, I'm like stopping myself from calling them to see if like, hey, remember 3 days ago when I bought dinner? Is there any way you could kick me down $10 or something?
Well, I'm not on mic right now because my mic died, but I can definitely tell you that with women that happens a lot. Being generous.
Before you get it in, not after.
Well, depends.
Depends
if you get in a relationship with said person.
Well,
If you end up in a relationship with them, you're gonna be spending more things.
I feel like the point of getting into a relationship is so that you don't spend.
Well, see, okay, so here's the thing. I was raised that the man should be to like provide everything. Although by living life, I quickly realized that that's bullshit. And so it depends.
Well, there's also there's something, your strategy is wrong, because you know how you circumvent that?
You don't pay for anything at all?
No, you don't go out at all.
Oh, well, I'm already doing that.
Yeah, that's the point of the girlfriend, is that, oh, I don't have to go to the bar, we don't have to go to the club.
Yeah, exactly.
We just stay at home. And
she can make a meal for me. I don't have to cook.
Right, well, yeah, you know. Or she could order the pizza.
And it explains, no, not in my house, there's no pizza. Yeah, there's pizza. I don't know. Everyone has this version.
Right.
You know, everyone has this story.
Just a different
It might not be
interpretation.
all of these, but, you know, people know
Right.
what it's like to struggle, because we're all struggling on this. Because, you know what, the one last thing I'll say about this, a lot of these stories I'm going to attribute to being like Indian or from that part of the world. But so many of these things are fucking Mexican. Like the dude selling the shirt on the, that's totally Mexicans at the swap meets. Pásale, pásale, like that's what they'll fucking say, like when they're doing their
Pásale, compre tu playera aquí, tu playera, $5 por 2 playeras.
It's probably why I enjoyed this content, or we both do, because there's this weird connective tissue, I feel like, between Hispanic people and Indian culture. There's this overlay of like the way they do their weddings. I mean, there's clearly differences too, but I mean, there's, I don't know. I'm just saying.
There's definitely some similarities, guys. Yeah. So whenever you guys call us dirty Mexicans, know that you're calling yourself a dirty Mexican.
Yeah, it's just a big mirror on this channel. Whatever you say to us just bounces off this mirror and goes right back to you. I'm rubber and you're glue.
We'll see you next time.